everyone. So this is discussion of internal security 2024 paper. Like we have done for ethics or security international relations. Let's start with how to prepare internal security. Like what we focused on international relations is on what basis question is coming. Your preparation should be more optimized in that direction. You should be learn in such a way that it is biased towards the current developments, that is the recent developments that is happening just 1 year, 1.5 years before mains. That should be your primary focus in international relations. Now, when it comes to internal security, what is good thing about internal security is you have a very well defined syllabus. And same like international relations, we have 4 questions here with 2 10 markers and 2 15 markers carrying 50 marks each, 50 marks in total. And the good thing about internal security is we have a very well defined syllabus. And if you look at the PYQs, the trend of PYQs, how what kind of questions is coming, it is exactly taken from these keywords. Most of the PYQs are directly taken from these keywords. Your preparation for internal security should be aligned in such a way that you have enough content for if any of these question is being asked from these. If it is linkage between development and extremism, if it is big role of external state actors, non-state actors, security challenges, communication networks, media, social media, anything. If I pick you any part of the syllabus in any way, you should have enough content, at least 5 to 10 very specific points for each of the syllabus heads. So that should be your first step of internal security preparation. Now, as we do for every subject, you have to add in layer of current affairs over this. For this, you can refer to some institute material compilation that will perfectly suffice. So 2 parts your preparation should carry. One is the syllabus preparation. Exactly for each and every word you have to have at least 10 points, 5 to 10 points, exact points in your answer sheet. Then add the recent developments related to terrorism, related to cybersecurity, related to media, related to money laundering. If there is a change in law, if it's any recent issues that is being highlighted in news, keep a note of preparation for this. This you can refer to any of the compilation that is available in the market. So this is the overall approach you should follow for internal security, even though the syllabus is very small and questions asked are very direct questions. So this is like should hit points of the mains paper, easy hanging fruits of the mains paper. Like you should not miss these 50 marks. By miss, I mean everyone is going to write decent answer for this, but try to excel, try to go beyond the limit in quality of answers in internal security. That is where you can bring a change in your mains marks in GS3. So let's go to the 2024 questions. The first question for the day, let's read the question. Explain. So what I need to understand, I need to give the argument and supporting arguments. For this, I'm not going to do a pros and cons analysis. Explain how narco-terrorism has emerged as a serious threat across the country. Suggest suitable measures to counter narco-terrorism. So 2 questions are there, 5 points, everything is very straightforward. In intro, if you can remember data related to narco-terrorism, that is best. Now, sir, I don't remember data. Can you define narco-terrorism? That is also okay, acceptable. Can you identify some of the areas where this threat is prominent? Like in Punjab, like in Jammu and Kashmir. So these are prominent areas. These are different types of introduction you can use for this question. What are other parts of the question? The first part is how it is emerged as a threat, how it is becoming a threat. This will be first part of my body. Second part will be suitable measures, counter measures. Counter measures. 5 points here, 5 points here. My work is done. Because counter measures is also asked in conclusion. I can go with a vision statement, futuristic vision. statement by Prime Minister or Home Minister or any other famous person. So this is the structure of the answer, very easy, straightforward, directly asked. You just need to have a fair idea of narco-terrorism to answer these questions. Introduction, understanding narco-terrorism, you can give the definition like collaboration between drug traffickers and terrorist groups. Illegal drug trade finances, supports terrorist activities. Why this is happening? Because there is mutual benefits like terrorist fund operations. Drug cartels gain influence and protection from legal and other aspects. Narco-terrorism as a serious threat in India. Like drug nexus of drug trafficking and terrorism, terrorist organization exploit drug trade profits. Like they do this drugs trade, then these profits are used for terrorist activities. So this has been happening in Afghanistan. You can write about India's proximity to Golden Crescent. You can draw a map of India. Now I'm making a quite a rough map. This is the Golden Crescent. This is a Golden Triangle. You can make this map. Golden Crescent, Golden Triangle. Areas infected you can show in the map. This is Punjab. This is Kashmir. This is northeast area is infected. These you can proximity to Golden Crescent, Golden Triangle, which all areas are infected. These some southern parts is also infected due to this maritime breaches. So you can make a map, show vulnerable areas. Cross-border smuggling, you can write, especially it is prominent in Northeast. Funding terrorism, rise in Punjab. Uttar Punjab you might be well aware of. Exploitation for the Northeast, advanced tactics like use of drones, sophisticated smuggling methods. Online drug trafficking, dark web, difficulty for the compliance or security agencies to track new forms of threats that is coming. So these are different ways how this drug trade is becoming a threat to national security of India. What measures can be taken? Border security, that is a crucial element of border security. We just include not just land borders, it should include land, maritime, air, like drones, drone delivery, all this happens through air deliveries. We can use for deploy drones, satellite imaging, ground sensors. International collaboration is required because this is not just a problem of our country. This is a lot of other countries are engaged in this. We need consistent effort from all these countries. Organization like UNODC can be implemented, enhance financial intelligence. FATF can come into use here. Track money laundering activities. We can strengthen the laws. Intelligence, etc. Strengthen public awareness and rehabilitation, leverage technology, AI can be potentially put to use here, cross-state coordination, etc. and etc. Conclusion, you can write about the need for a multifaceted strategy. You can use the quote by Prime Minister like our fight against narco-terrorism and narco-trafficking is not just a law and order issue, but it's about our securing our future generations. So this is giving a much broader picture to the threat of narco-terrorism. You can write about the futuristic look like urgency in addressing narco-terrorism, emphasis on protecting future generations and so on. Go through the next question, then we will have the discussion. Yeah, very easy. Again, a very easy, straightforward question. Current affairs based question. Describe the context. Describe is the keyword, so I'm not going to do any pros and cons analysis. I just need to explain, write exactly what is asked. Context is one thing that is asked. Second thing is salient features. Salient features in context of what? Digital Personal Protection Act 2023. So in introduction, I can write something about Data Protection Act 2023. Objectives I can put, dates which is it is passed I can put. In body, I will going to divide the body into two parts. One is the context, one is the salient features. Here I may take a biased stance, like context I'm going to put 3 points, here I'm going to put 7 points, 6, 7 points, so that will suffice my answer. So in conclusion, you can give some guidance on implementation. You can speak about significance. These are different types of conclusion you can write. Like other question you had done, you can use the statement by Prime Minister and so. So this is the breakdown for this particular question. Introduction, significant milestone for India's data protection journey, and enacted on 11 August 2023. Aims safeguarding individuals' data protection, facilitates lawful processing and digital landscape. Like individual level, there is having a comprehensive law for data protection, data management. Industry level, it promotes creativity, innovation. It absorbs more investments, etc., etc. So salient features of Data Protection Act 2023. Scope, consent requirement. You can write about scope, consent requirement. Before that, this question should also write about the context, at least 3 points. What should be writing about the context? The increasing role of data. Increasing role of data for individual, for social media, for policy making. You can give it a different heads. Second important context for this is the Puttaswamy judgment. Puttaswamy judgment 2017 on right to privacy. Right to privacy. Third, there is one more point you can write about international context. What is international context? That is countries, or you can say organizations like EU, US has came with their own data protection frameworks. So this is a need of the hour. Countries are going in that direction, and India should also be prompted to enact its own data protection law. And data protection is always integrally, in today's time, it's related to national security. It is related to public infrastructure. So a lot of importance you can write. These are the three main contexts of this particular question. You can write this because it is directly being asked. One is increasing importance of data for the individual, for the country, for the development, for the national security, and so on and so forth. Second part, the Puttaswamy judgment of 2017, which made right to privacy a fundamental right under Article 21. Now, just making something fundamental right under Article 21 in itself is not going to help you. You need different systems, frameworks, institutions for implementing that policy. So this is a step towards implementing right to privacy in India. Thirdly, you can write about international context, like other countries or other groupings like EU, US, and other XYZ countries are moving towards having their own data protection framework. So India also should be prompted to do that, because we are living in a globalized society and everything is interlinked. The companies, the Google, Meta, all these companies have workings in all of these locations. So this is the whole context of why Data Protection Act is being passed. You can then come to the features, salient features of this particular act. You can write about the scope, you can write about consent requirement, data principal rights, data fiduciary obligations, cross-border transfer provision, children's data protection, enhancement mechanism, penalties and non-compliance. This is exactly taken from any of the current affairs magazine which has made for this. You can take from any of the compilations for internal security, you will find this. So such an easy direct question from current affairs. So, and again, any major act is being passed related to this, it is obviously you are expected to, like we have the question on BNS, Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita, we have an act question on GS paper 2 which is about this Public Examination Act. Similarly, if any major act or law is being passed, you are expected to read that, you are expected to have 5-6 specific points related to that. Conclusion, you can write about milestone significant step in India's digital governance, balancing innovation and privacy, as we have told, futuristic outlook, like positions India as a leader in data protection, leader of global south, you can write about that. Emphasizes commitment to safeguard data protection in digital age. Go through the next question, then we will have the discussion. Yeah. What is it about? India has a long and troubled borders with China and Pakistan, fraught with contentious issues. You have a statement here. Examine is the keyword, so I went tempted to go for a pros and cons analysis if possible. Examine the conflicting issues and security challenges along the borders. Now, there is no much positive to write on this matter. So, you can divide these pros and cons in this direction. What has been implemented? What are the challenges? You can write in this direction instead of going for typical pros and cons analysis. Also give out development that is being undertaken in these areas under Border Area Development Program, BADP, and Broader Infrastructure and Management Scheme. So both these schemes has been related to budget 2024. So it's very important even for the mains to go through the budget document. If some scheme is highlighted, if some vision of the government is highlighted, if some new initiatives are being initiated, all these have a chance of not just coming in the prelims, in the mains also. So these two schemes has been celebrated in the budget, especially the first budget that was presented in January 2024, the interim budget I'm speaking about. So you can write that, and if you have fairly go through this, you can have some points regarding this. Now, how to structure this answer? Again, introduction. You can write about border security issues, border security importance, you can write about it. Then in body, what you are going to write, India has long and troubled borders with Pakistan and China. Examine conflicting issues and security challenges. Conflicting issues and security challenges. Here I'm going to divide this answer, this part of the answer, divide it into Pakistan, specific challenges, China specific challenges, then common challenges before them. In second part of the answer, we have two different schemes, BADP, then we have BIM. Now, if you can divide this into two different heads for two schemes, then it is very good. Otherwise, you write in one heading, then you are going to write conclusion. Simple structuring, but if you do this structuring correctly, half of your work is done. You can write this answer, you can generate enough points for each of these heading. Introduction, India's troubled borders, ongoing tensions with Pakistan, China and Pakistan. You can write about recent escalations like the Ladakh standoff with China in 2020, ceasefire violations in Kashmir by Pakistan, security concerns like persistent challenges along northern frontiers. Today, there has been some LAC agreement between India and China, and we are going to resume the patrolling in this border area. So this has been a positive development. You can write about such recent developments also in introduction. Second, you can write about China specific border issues. What are China specific? We have border disputes with China starting from this line of actual control. We have on, you can draw the map again. India map is very much significant for this question. I know it's not the correct map, but you can show the northern section, eastern section. You can show the middle section. You can show the, here this is the western section, here eastern section, here you can show the Arunachal Pradesh, here you can see the Bhutan, Doklam issue, here we can have this Ladakh standoff. In Pakistan borders, we have the Kashmir issue here. We have this Red Cliff issue in this borders with the Gujarat, Rajasthan area. So you can show this all in a map also. Arunachal Pradesh, where China call it as southern Tibet. Frequent incursions in Galwan Valley, in Ladakh, all these examples. Military build-up, rapid infrastructure development, not just by China, India is also in forefront in this. And this has been one of the major reasons for core conflict between India and China, because of this militarization done by India. And why India is doing, as per India's perspective, it is to counter the militarization done by China. So China-Pakistan cooperation, which is giving a two-front challenge to India on the border security. Similarly, Pakistan-based issues, we have the Kashmir dispute, which is going on and on and on. Ceasefire violation that is continuously being happening. Cross-border terrorism, recently this Zouch tunnel, 7 terrorists has been killed. So these kind of happenings, things are continuing to happen in Kashmir, despite the elections happening, despite the declared as a union territories, despite increasing security apparatus. The terrorism threat in Kashmir is a continuing affair. Now you can see this terrorism being shifted from Kashmir Valley to Poonch. Now there has been new forms of terrorism, but the threat is something which is not yet been eliminated. Support to separatists, nuclear tensions because of the nuclear, irresponsible use of nuclear power, the risk of irresponsible use of nuclear power by Pakistan. So these are some of the specific issues related to Pakistan, common issues, the difficult terrain, the smuggling activities like the drugs trafficking we have discussed, the arms trafficking that is happening in the northeast. You might have heard the news on this Manipur issue. These cookies and Métis. The cookies were using advanced drone systems against Métis. So where they are coming from? Most of these drone system, advanced firing guns, all these are coming from cross borders arms trade, arms smuggling, illegal immigration, which is a major issue in India-Bangladesh border. Two-front war threat is India-Pakistan, China-Pakistan nexus, which is a threat for India, and nuclear risk you can cite. Developments under border development scheme. It is the objective of this particular scheme is to develop infrastructure and socio-economic facilities along the borders, especially the villages within 0 to 10 kilometers. Key developments, infrastructure, agriculture, social facilities, skill development, tourism promotion, and so on and so forth. So you can write 1-2 points regarding this. You don't need this a new scheme. There is no need for specific data. At least this much the objective of the scheme you can recollect in the examination. Rest of the points you can make up on your own. Similarly, for border infrastructure and management scheme, BIM scheme, strengthening border security infrastructure, that is objective. So here you will be more focusing on infrastructure systems like border fencing, laser fencing. There has been discussion related to this. Road construction, outpost bases, surveillance system, flood lighting, and so on and so forth. Covers border with Pakistan, China, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Bhutan and Myanmar. Fund allocation you can write if you can remember, enhanced capabilities, etc. Conclusion, what is the need for border security? Border security is related to so many other things. Border security is related to what is the, how you treat the separatists, how you are taking actions within your country, how you are coordinating with the other country. So there is a need for more comprehensive approach. We need a national security focus. You need a national security agenda, national security doctrine to be put in forward. Futuristic outlook, you can use integration, development, preparedness. All these are different approaches you can write in conclusion. A way forward based conclusion will be optimum for this answer. So this is the last question of internal security. Go through the question, then we will have the discussion. Yeah, let's read the question. Social media and encrypting messaging services pose a serious security challenge. So we have a statement here. What measures have been adopted at various levels to address the security implications of social media. What measures have been adopted at various levels to address security implications of social media? Also suggest any remedies to address this problem. So very easy. Introduction, you can substantiate the statement. What is a statement? Social media and encrypting messages services pose a serious security threat. How social media is a threat? How encrypting messages is a threat? You can write this in the introduction. Now in the body, what we are going to do, first thing is what measures have been adopted. Government initiatives or initiatives already taken has you have to write. But the thing is to notice, you have been asking the question, what are different levels? What are the levels you can think of? One is individual level. Like what we are going to write? We are going to write what measures have been adopted. Measures have been adopted at different levels. And what are these different levels? At individual level, what measures you can think of? At, say, government level, what measures you can think of? Non-government level, civil society organization like that, what measures you can think of? At platform, that is the social media platform level, if you can think of something. At international level, is there any summit, something like that has happened? We have divided it into 5 different levels. This has eased our process of finding answers for this. At least 2 on each, you will get 10 points. Even if you don't remember all of these, three headings you can divide it, 2 points on each, you get 6 points. That will suffice the demand of this particular question. Second part of the body, that is remedies. What are the remedies? You can go for the same levels approach at individual level, what should be done at government, non-governmental, platform, international, what exactly can be done. Then go for conclusion. Easy. This should be the approach for this question. If you can if this breakdown is coming into your mind by seeing the question, half of your work is done. Then just fill the elements, fill the points to this, that will suffice our particular answer. Introduction, issues with social media and encryption, spread of misinformation, illegal activities, hindrance to law enforcement, privacy versus security concerns, etc. Second part, legislation at government level. You can think of IT rules 2021. It was in context of this encryption of messages. Data protection laws, we have just discussed. The Data Protection Act 2023 has been done. We have similar institutional frameworks like I4C, Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center. We have international coordinations like Budapest Convention on Cybercrime. Measures at user level, AI-powered content moderation. Recently, this fact-check unit by the government has been blocked, or you can say has been declared unconstitutional by the Delhi High Court. So this is like why it is being declared unconstitutional, mostly on the basis of, you can say, unchecked powers to the government. It gives this particular unit or the legal basis for this give unchecked power to the government to block any content, to say flag any content, so that social media has to pull it off. There is very limited scope for checks and balances. This is why court has declared it unconstitutional. Being said, the requirement for a fact check unit or a fact check system is quite essential in present times, and this cannot be compromised. Collaboration with authorities, account bans, transparency reports, you can write Site 1-2 reports also. Measures at user level, digital literacy programs, public awareness campaign, safe social media use campaign, web Wonder Woman campaign, etc. Community reporting like flagging harmful content, etc. Additional measures that is beyond these two to three levels we have discussed. There is public-private partnerships, real-time intelligence sharing, balanced encryption standards, regional specific AI models, security audits, so on and so forth. What are other remedies? Digital ID verification, AI dialect specific monitoring, user safety scores, rapid transport systems. Even if you are not remembering all these different names, if you can connect it with emerging technologies, emerging systems, and you can write some of the remedies. Even in legal system, we speak about this Digital Data Protection Act. But what should be the next step? There are institutionalizing acts. Simply passing an act, it is only one step of it. You need to institutionalize. You should bring into practice what has been envisaged under this act. So you need all these XYZ activities to be taken care of. International regulatory bodies. India can play a vital role in AI regulation, evolving AI regulation frameworks. Conclusion, you can write about balancing act, safeguarding public safety while preserving individual freedoms. You can write about continuous adaptation, collaboration, future outlook. And a closing thought, you can give a quotation also, like as technology evolves, so too our approaches to digital security. So this is our overall answer discussion of internal security. Again, what you should prepare, two things: what is given in the syllabus, you should prepare it thoroughly. Secondly, what is the current developments that is happening in last 1.5 years. You can refer some of the institute compilation for these, and these are the two things you only need to prepare for internal security. Don't go for very bulky books and so on, things and so forth. Better you prepare from internet, you prepare from AI platforms. You just need to have 5-6 different arguments for 2-3 headings on every syllabus topic. That is the only basic level of requirement, like for internal security. On that note, we will wind up the session. That's all for now. Thank you so much and all the best.